What's cracking, y'all? Yeah, it's Smokengamez, man. It's Smokengamez. We're gonna run this reaction video, see what 2K27 is getting into, all the new updates, all the new random stuff. You can actually hear my perspective. Someone from great IQ, someone that just knows it all, the know-it-all of this game, man. Let's get into it.
All today because 2K finally dropped all the gameplay information and there's a lot we gotta talk about. We have major changes to shooting, finishing, the shot contest system, on-ball defense, dribbling, a new takeover system, passing got a few upgrades, and even the AI got a little touch up. And after I went through everything, I'm seeing some changes that I really like, especially when it comes to the defensive end. But I'm also seeing a few things I need to experience for myself before I really start celebrating. So instead of dragging this out, we got a few things we gotta dive into, of course. So without further ado, I need y'all to grab yourself that brew and let's get to the video.
It's brutal.
So you done know your boy Brutal Sim on the scene, wicked and mean with a neck video for y'all, man. So by now you know we gotta start the video off the right way. So if you're in the comment section and type first, second, third, know the gang of Brute Squad, I gotta put y'all up there just to show y'all some love, man. Much love, much respect. So we got a lot of gameplay changes to dive into. So we're gonna start off with rhythm shooting because this might be the most impactful change so far. A lot of people already said it, going back to the NBA 2K25 rhythm shooting system. That's how it looked like when Mike Wayne went to record and say it's not necessarily like that, but it's closer to it. But my concern is a lot of the benefits from what they're adding on rhythm shooting goes to people who actually got the shot meter. And in my opinion, most of the people I play with don't use the shot meter. I stopped using the shot meter years ago. Now that could be different from you and you could actually reap the benefits of the new upgrade.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you from now, I'm not using the shot meter, man. There's no point. There's no point. If you play basketball, you know that that shit's a distractor. It's distracting, you know? If you don't play ball, then of course you're gonna need to know where the release is. So feel free to be distracted. But at the end of the day, I believe that most ballers want less in their way while they're trying to assess the game. You know, because basketball is all about assessing the game. You got to be able to assess the court, assess the situations. It's like playing chess in real time. You know, people get stressed out over that chess number. You can't feel stressed out in basketball, man. You got to focus, lock in.
Upgrades, but that could just be a boy Brute. Now here's how 2K actually describes rhythm shooting. The shot meter, now remember they said the shot meter straight out the gate, now features a real-time visual tick mark that moves in direct sync with your physical pro stick movement. This serves as an instant visual guide to help you master the ideal tempo of any given jumper. The closer you match the perfect tempo, the wider the timing green window becomes, making it easier to knock down excellent releases. But stay disciplined. If you rush or drag the flick of the pro stick, the green window shrinks, demanding absolute pinpoint precision to hit the shot. Not saying that you can't, but it's gonna be more challenging if you miss time that first go around, right? Now, again, everything that they're showing right here is leaning towards the shot meter, but me personally, I haven't used the shot meter in years. So if you're a rhythm shooter,
see, that's the thing that he's talking about. Like, it will change. That's what happens in real life ball, right? That's exactly how basketball works. If someone interrupts your rhythm, what ends up happening is that it throws off your timing, right? So it is important in basketball to get your timing perfected. Why? Because you have to be consistent. If you add a variable like someone's hand in your face, if you had a variable like you stumbling or not knowing your balance, if you had a variable to your shot, it's gonna force a miss. It's gonna force an adjustment. So I've been watching this rhythm shooting thing with 2K and I think it's kind of cool. And I do believe that they're hitting something on the head with this one right here.
it might greatly benefit you to go with the shooting meter in NBA 2K27 from my perspective. Now again, there will be some balancing conversations that we will have to have, because from my opinion, how it's looking right now is like they will be pushing a lot of rhythm shooters from NBA 2K26 to button in NBA 2K27. Now remember, a lot of people was saying these songs like NBA 2K25 rhythm shooting. Mike Wayne saying it's closer to that, but not necessarily that. Again, let me know what y'all think about the rhythm shooting changes for NBA 2K27. I want y'all to put it in the comment section. So the next one we go look at is the finishing system. It seemed like finishing actually received a major overhaul as well. 2K introduced what they are calling the dynamic layup engine, designed to make finishing at the rim more.
This shit, whoever was working on this system at the 2K labs, I don't know what else to say, man. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Natural when it comes to how it looks to offensive players, defenders, and situations, instead of consistently producing the exact same can animations. Now, in my opinion, that could actually be huge. One of the things I observed when they were playing Play Now was a lot of layups was going in. Now, one thing I've always wanted from finishing was more control, to be quite honest with y'all. If I attack the rim and recognize where the defender is, I should be able to adjust my layup angle. And the same applies for dunks as well. I want a game where great finishers get rewarded.
If 2K's method is to be a simulation game, not an arcade game, you need to have control of your movements. You need to have control of your steps. It's basketball. It's basketball. Animations are cool, but yeah, being able to combine animations together, like, yeah, that's the vibe. That's sick. The skill gaps are increasing every single year, 2K. Every single year, the skill gaps are increasing. Chef's kiss, man.
For creating good situation and good opportunities. But I also want interior defense to be rewarded for being in the right position. If someone is able to completely open the lane, let them finish. But if a defender rolls exactly in the right position early, the offensive player shouldn't automatically drag the defender in for a contact animation. And that balance will determine how good this new system actually is. Now, it seems like this is what 2K is promising us, so we're gonna have to wait and see in this situation. This is one of those wait and see situations. They making the right promises, saying the right things, but I gotta get my hands on the game to really determine if they're gonna execute it or deliver or not. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So the next thing we have on our list is the defensive changes. It seems like 2K is giving us a lot of tools, but I got some questions to some of them as well. One of the biggest ones is the manual cutoff to them finish. But if a defender rolls exactly in the right position early, the offensive player shouldn't automatically drag the defender in for a contact animation. And that balance will determine how good this new system actually is. Now, it seems like this is what 2K is promising us, so we're gonna have to wait and see in this situation. This is one of those wait and see situations. They making the right promises, saying the right things, but I gotta get my hands on the game to really determine if they're gonna execute it or deliver or not. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So the next thing we have on our list is the...
Yeah, that's the thing about 2K, right? Like, I always love what they say at the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year, they're always like, yeah, man, we made the dream game, you know, something that you guys are gonna want to keep coming back to over and over and over again. We made the dream system, you know, and you know, I rock with that. I want that, you know, as a avid ballaholic myself. Playing 2K is amazing because we don't sweat. You know what I mean? In basketball, you get calluses, you know, you get broken fingers, busted lips. I can't imagine the time when I haven't bust my lip. You know, they're thick and juicy. They get damaged all the time playing hoops. So 2K getting closer to this authentic stuff is a dream come true. I wish them the best. Do they always execute? No. No. Does it always look good and develop every year? Yes, definitely yes. This is probably going to be the biggest jump this year. This year is gonna be a huge ass jump, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Keep that shit up, 2K.
Offensive changes. It seems like 2K is giving us a lot of tools, but I got some questions to some of them as well. One of the biggest ones is the manual cutoff tool. This has been in the game for the past few years. This is not new, to be quite honest with you, but it's a feature that we barely use. Now 2K says you can actually use the right stick to perform a quick one-step cutoff, or combine the right stick with R2 or RT for a more aggressive cutoff attempt. Now,
do you guys not use this? It's been this way in, I think, like 24, right? I don't know, 26. This is currently what I do to cut off point guards. You know, use the left stick or the right stick. You have to toggle in between the trigger, the right trigger, and the left trigger. It's gonna make you slide, make you run, you know? And I think 2K did a fantastic job with those controls on defense, because it allows you to do the basketball cross step, get in position, basketball cross step to get back. You know, you could cut off people and force them in a direction that you're intending on. I mean, if it's new, it's new.
you play 2K, you know this sounds really good in theory, but in actuality, it really doesn't work, because usually you overshoot. So we're gonna have to wait and see how this is being implemented. Because one of the things I didn't want 2K to go and do is make offense slower to match the defense. So I actually like that they're trying to make some, provisions to keep offense just as fluid, but just give us some extra tools. So I'm gonna have to put this to work to really see how effective it is, because all I wanted was the tools, to be quite honest with y'all. Because if I recognize the ball handler want to go left, let me cut that left side off. If I anticipate correctly, let me create the body up. And on the next hand, if I guess wrong, then I should get cooked. That actually creates.
You got to reward the IQ. That's the only request I have for 2K going forward. Those animation cheeses, the reason why we call it cheese is because it's cheesy. It shouldn't work. It shouldn't work. You know how cheese was invented? By accident. You know, it was curling in this man's bag while he was traveling across a hot desert. Like, you have to imagine that that's what these players be doing. They're just like, oh shit, I invented something. It's like, nah, dog. Like, you could make that, but it's cheesy. It's cheesy. You know what I mean? So the thing is that, like, the cool thing that I'm seeing 2K taking part of is starting to reward IQ, starting to reward the correct choices. You know, we need that in a basketball game, because basketball is all about those micro choices. It's not an accidental game. You don't score by accident. You score on purpose with a big ball in a half of its size hoop. You know, you score on purpose. So everything that happens in 2K, it needs to be on purpose. It can't be cheese and all that stuff, man. It's not, that doesn't make the game fun. But this is gonna make the game fun for actual ballers, at least.
A skill gap. The defender is making a decision and the offensive player is reacting to that decision. Now that sounds much better to me than automatic defense, where the game decides everything through animation. So the next thing we want to dive into is the shot contest system. It seemed like the shot contest system actually received a lot of attention. One of the biggest changes is the new defensive impact indicator, which is designed to provide clearer information on where the defensive pressure is affecting the shooter. Now again, this does sound really promising, because the shot contest was one of the things I needed to be improved in NBA 2K27. Because if I properly stay in front of somebody, recognize the shot, and get my hands up in the correct timing, I want the game to recognize that and reward me for doing that same thing. But if I'm late, don't be able.
See, all the adjustments they're making right now. I mean, offense sounds cool, you know. I think 2K's always been pretty good at offense, but like defense has been an issue for a while. Just based on the facts of, like he's saying, like, people being rewarded for some bull, people being rewarded for some cheese, you know, like, but now just being able to put up your hand, being able to decide where the defender is going, and if you can actually attack that side like effectively. Like I know you're going to the left, and no one shoots with their left like you know they shoot with their left, right? There's only like two options you got here. So like I should be able to attack that, right? I should be able to go low, I should be able to go high. I think that is genius again from 2K, and I hope they actually execute it. I know they're talking big game. No, they're talking a big game, and I know 2K usually talks a big game. But this year, for some reason, I'm very optimistic. Very optimistic. I can't wait to see them execute this.
Now, and if an offensive player gets a completely wide open shot, don't manufacture some type of artificial difficulty to force them to miss. This is the balance I keep talking about. Reward good defense and punish bad defenders. Why?
Yeah, exactly. Reward good defense, punish bad defenders. Same way, vice versa, you know? Reward good offense and punish bad defenders. The referees. This is off topic. This is not the correct video for it. I'll make another one. The referees in 2K need some work, man. Please, 2K. Please, 2K. Work on the referees, man. Please. Please. A lot of these shots are fouls, man. If it interrupts your shot contest because somebody hits them, you know, we got to get off of that animation system. 2K has to do some kind of like reaction system. The same way they're doing reactions with like the layups and whatnot. The refs have to acknowledge that reaction system and notice if someone reacted wrong and it hit the person. You know, it allows people to start having faith in the refs, just like in real life, you know. Sorry, that's a rant for a different time, man. Different time.
Same time, you reward people who have the ability to get wide open. Now, if NBA 2K actually does this correctly and consistently, defense could actually feel significantly better. Now, let's talk about the ankle breaker system. If you all saw me on the live stream, I was really excited for this. And this is proof that 2K watched my videos, because I ain't never seen no one talk about ankle breakers like this. I was probably the only person having a huge issue with how the ankle breakers actually work, and explained in previous videos.
Yo, this is probably my favorite update. This right here is the best thing. He's right. The community's been talking about this. Cheesy animations need to go. Be gone. Out the way. Never come back. Alright? Reaction animations. Homie tried to recover the wrong way. Homie made the wrong assumption and quick that controller. Yeah. Where's my controller at? Homie went. That's a ankle bust. Your ankle can't work that way. Your ankle is going to twist and you're going to be in the hospital for a few days. Right? Like we need that. We need that system. I'm so happy to see this kind of crossover execution. And yeah, people are going to be like, "Oh, but it was a basic move and all that." That's basketball. No one just falls because you did something cool. They don't say, "Oh, and one mixtape. Oh, I fell." No, that's acting. That's Harlem Globetrotters. That's and one mixtape, right? In basketball, the way it actually works is that you get the person off balance. I mean, watch some Kyrie videos. I mean, I don't know who talks about breaking down people's ankles, but you get someone off balance, you change direction. What's gonna happen is they stutter, they turn, they can't. Momentum. You're playing off of their momentum and making them tumble like a tree. You know? I think this is a vibe. I can't wait to see them actually execute this too.
how it should actually work and activate, and they did exactly what I said in my videos. I don't take credit for this one. I don't care what y'all say. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because instead of everything feeling like it's just random animations, like you could be in great defensive position in previous 2Ks and still get your ankles broken, and perfectly anticipating where the offensive player is getting, and he just gotta do a weird step back and you're on the floor. 2K now appears to be placing.
Yeah, that's the thing. So they still might, it's going to take a while, I think, personally, for them to perfect that. Because, yeah, like, there could be a lot of accidental ankle breakers when, you know, the person defended it correctly. They got to have, like, a slide-in animation of understanding when the person's, like, perfectly in balance. Just like with the shot meter, like how they have close content and heavily contested, etc. They need to have that kind of system within the ankle breaking system, so that people are not just falling because 2K thought you went the wrong direction. Sometimes you have to mislead the defensive person, and if the person's in control, then they won't fall, right? People only fall when momentum, spacing, and shifty offensive players come into play. You know, because you're shifting them and you're working off their momentum. 2K is gonna have to make sure that they find a way to know if the defender is playing into their hand or playing the player into their hand.
Placing more emphasis on the defender's movement and momentum, which is what I've been requesting for the past few years. 2K, shout out to y'all for listening, man. I told y'all, just hit your boy up in his DM. Trust me, no judgment here. And in my opinion, this is exactly how it should work. If I'm aggressively moving one direction and the offensive player crosses back in the opposite direction at the perfect moment, I should be vulnerable. But one thing I don't want is to be standing still in the perfect defensive.
You guys see what happened? Here, let me...
If I'm aggressively moving one direction and the offensive player crosses back in the opposite direction.
See, now the reason why he fell is because he changed angles, and the player is trying to change, the defender is trying to change angles. Your legs don't work that way. His back leg is on the way this way. His right leg is on the way this way. He cannot turn this way without turning around, right? So I guess that's the reward system 2K needs to work on. If the defender turns around counterclockwise to recover, you know, that's a proper way to not get your ankle bust. Right? But if the defender tries to go back this way, you can't do that. Your leg is going to twist. Your back leg is gonna bump into your back into your front leg. You're gonna fall, right? So I mean, this animation is kind of cheesy. It didn't illustrate exactly what I was saying, but you see why he fell, because now his foot is facing this way, and his back foot miraculously came around the other side and is facing this way. That's a falling situation. That's a fall. That's exactly how you break an ankle. So, I mean, this is looking beautiful, 2K. It's looking beautiful.
Perfect moment, I should be vulnerable. But one thing I don't want is to be standing still in the perfect defensive position and then somebody decide to activate a weird animation, and guess what? I'm on my ass, man. That was one of the most annoying things playing previous 2K games, especially when they got a takeover and all they do is spamming step backs. Ridiculous if you ask me. So I do like the direction that they're going with this one. Again, you got to reward the read. If the ball handler reads use my momentum correctly, reward them as well. If they just spam moves while I stay disciplined, don't randomly throw me on the floor. That creates a much healthier offensive and defensive skill gap, if you ask your boy Brute. Now all you gotta do is keep listening to me about everything else. The game will be perfect. I'm just playing, I'm just playing. Let's dive into the dribbling changes. It seemed like dribbling also became more customizable. Instead of relying entirely on one player's complete signature package, NBA 2K.
Yeah, this is important. This is important. Them usually having like 10 moves that you could use is like, I mean, I typically memorize the player who I'm defending. I know their move set in like the second quarter, That kind of takes away the whole, spontaneous nature of basketball. If you could know what moves these people got in their bag. I mean, like a bag is important, it hides things. You shouldn't be able to know someone's whole bag in the first minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes of the game, But, you always save something, but, yeah. But like having all these different misdirections and whatnot, and again, I'm just hoping that you could actually combine them uniquely and not just something that is going to be on YouTube and them saying, hey, this is the cheesiest way to do it 100% of the time, and let's only do it that way,
NBA 2K27 is giving players more freedom to mix different moves to create their
on tier and combine different dribble animations. This could completely change how people create their My Player. Rather than everybody running one exact signature package because, that got the best animations, players are actually able to combine specific moves to fit your playstyle. And to be honest, I actually like this idea. But you already know how the 2K community works, y'all. Within the first week, somebody is going to figure out which animations are the best and the fastest, which ones create the most separation, which ones are broken.
I like Brew. He knows what he's saying, man. Exactly. That's exactly what the 2K community is gonna do. Can y'all just learn how to play ball? Just learn how to play ball. I hope 2K really punishes just cheesy shit. No one in the NBA copies each other verbatim, You're not going to run into the same point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, or center. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You play different teams. People have unique ways of playing. I mean, that can't be changed. But you need to have different options than just the best moves in 2K27. Be creative, man. Basketball is a game of creativity. I'm giving you guys cheat codes here to learn basketball IQ a lot quicker. Basketball is a game of creativity. Through creativity, that's what makes the game become cool. Repetition, copying people, that just makes it cheesy.
So the question is, will this actually help create more variety, or whether everybody is going to eventually end up doing the same combination or the same meta? We're going to find out really quickly, and guess what? The 2K community at this point got no excuse. If everybody go meta, that's just how we are. It's not because 2K didn't try. I'm going to put this out there. Now let's take a look at passing now. Passing also receive a little upgrade, but not to the point that
Oh yeah, that too, 2K community. Don't get cheesed in the first week just because you didn't master the game in the first week. Like, understand, it's a whole new game, right? A whole new game. Allow yourself to grow within the game. Don't get frustrated and go purchase a Zen. It's embarrassing. It's practice. We talking about
not the game. We're talking about practice, man.
Ones. I ain't gonna front 2K. Y'all need to sit down with your boy Brute. Somebody who really loves to pass the rock. Y'all could go check my numbers, y'all. I'm always up there when it comes to assists. Trust me, a boy got one of the best passing games in the 2K community. I stand on that. So one of the things that annoyed me the most is how much they punished the passing player in previous 2Ks, and it was one of the worst experiences I had. So one of the things they actually said is passing also receive a new offensive control, right? One confirmed addition is the ability to perform direct no-look passes with R1 or RB combined with the Pro Stick. Now that sounds cool and all, but y'all really know the issue when it comes to NBA 2K26 passing. I want more control, to be quite honest with y'all. I want fewer unnecessary catch fumbles, because that's one of my biggest mind-blowing, most frustrating thing that goes on with 2K. You pass to somebody wide open as hell and they just fumble. You pass to somebody on a wide open fast break and it allows the defender to catch them back. So it takes away the advantage you get from passing. It's ridiculous to your boy Brute personally. Is it too much to ask for the passing accuracy to be noticeably affected by how clearly my teammate received the basketball? And I still want some type of passing cancel to be added to the system, because there's nothing worse than passing the ball and immediately seeing the defenders jump in the lane and 2K give you a bump animation and you can't do anything about it, and you already see the interception coming. So of course I like that they add a new passing option, but to me it's not significant enough to improve the passing in NBA 2K27. That could just be a boy perspective. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
I agree. I think what 2K should add for the constructive criticism, because I see his complaint completely. And again, it's not like I work for 2K, but you know, we in the community be talking to 2K and 2K be researching and doing some shit, or the coders at least, you know. So I'm gonna put this out there. Let's see. So what I think, as a passer myself, I play the point guard for a majority of my teams. I think you should be able to decide last second how to release that pass, right? Because in basketball, you know, sometimes you go for a chest pass and you see that someone is about to cut off. So instead of doing that, instead of you should be able to stop the pass, be like, oh, fake pass, you know what I mean? I like combining passes. So it's like, oh, bounce pass. You see what I'm saying? So instead of the person being able to reach up, they can't reach up and then go low. You know, so again, you gotta punish the defenders for assuming wrong. Steals were way too easy this year. I think steals were a cool thing that I enjoyed as a defending point guard, you know, but like there does need to be a better way to control your passes. And yeah, definitely that open fumble, bad pass shit is that needs fixing 2K. I hope they did that.
Next thing I have on my list is the takeover system. It seemed like it's going to be completely different. Takeover is the next system getting a significant redesign. Instead of everything being centered around one general meter, 2K is separating different areas of performance. That could make takeover feel much more connected to how you actually playing. Now, content, if you defend well, your defensive performance should matter. If you're creating for your teammates, your playmaking should matter. If you're dominating on the glass, your rebounding gonna matter. So I really like that concept.
Hey, the hairstyle on this girl, chef's kiss, 2K, chef's kiss.
It could actually reward different types of players instead of making scoring the main thing. The question is, how strong will the takeover become? I don't want somebody playing well for a few possessions and suddenly become unstoppable. Now, I do feel like they should reward momentum, but don't destroy the balance. That will be the tricky area for 2K right there. So according to 2K, the tier scale across 6 levels: frozen, cold, neutral, warm, hot, and takeover. Now, I ain't gonna lie, right?
What?
The tricky area for 2K right here. So according to 2K, the tier scale across
All right, I guess I just gotta wait. I guess I just gotta wait because this thing says to boost all playmaking by 30. That's crazy. I don't know how their attribute system is working this year, but if because you're hot, you could go from 70 to
That's
100.
cheese. It's cheesy. It's cheesy.
6 levels.
levels: frozen, cold, neutral, warm, hot, and takeover. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this does sound really interesting. So this system means you could get hot in multiple categories simultaneously. For example, if you're breaking ankles, dishing out assists, getting buckets in the paint, you could have both blur and airspace active at the same time. So that would be an interesting concept to see play out. Now my thing is I hope it don't get too overpowered, but we're gonna have to wait and see how it's implemented in the game when we get our hands on the game. This is one of those wait and see things. To me, it's all about balancing at the end of the day. But finally, let's talk about AI real quick, because
I'll tell y'all from now, ball handling is gonna be so important. I doubt we're gonna be seeing all these crazy shooting point guards anymore because you're getting fucked up if you don't have defense. Sorry, my bad, YouTube, right? You're getting dealt with if you don't have defense, right? But you need ball handling and you need to be able to shoot, right? So like, yo, them crossovers are going to be damaging players. I'm going to be reading and reacting all year. All year.
according to them, AI gameplay has received a major focus by the 2K developers finally. But we're gonna have to wait and see, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, AI been bad for so long, man. It's hard to believe them until we get our hands on the game. Now 2K is promising smarter decision making, better transition play, better matchmaking recognition, and improved team behavior. The roadmap already pretty much identifies smarter AI for contested situations as one of the major gameplay improvements coming to NBA 2K27. Now this matters online too, because anybody who plays Rec knows what happens when somebody quits and you're suddenly dependent on an AI teammate. If the AI could rotate better, recognize mismatches, contest intelligent, that's all I need. I don't need to be overpowered, and make better basketball decisions that could significantly improve those games. But please do not make AI superhuman. I don't want the CPU. Y'all know when we played games like Street Fighter, games like Killer Instinct, games like those. Now I'm showing my age, of course, and it seemed like the AI could almost anticipate your every single move. We don't want that. We want some balance with the AI, but we don't want it so terrible that anybody could just take advantage of it by just standing and shooting a jump shot. I don't want the AI to read my controller inputs. Make them smarter, not psychic. That's my thought. So that's all I got for y'all. So overall, I ain't gonna front with y'all. I think the NBA 2K27 gameplay information sounds promising. The biggest thing that stands out to me, to be quite honest with y'all, 2K appears to be giving defenders the actual tools to slow down the defender. Hopefully, in game, it would actually play out how they want it.
I like
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm noticing from 2K as well. They're actually upgrading the tools. I feel like this year they had a really overpowered offense, but that's what 2K does, right? They use the game as a year to test their next game, right? So that's exactly what they do. And this year it looks like they're actually empowering the defenders now to be able to have options, have tools, like Brew was saying, have tools to be able to slow down, to defend, to read and react, to be rewarded for great defense on that side of the ball. Instead of just offense, you're at the mercy of animations and, you know, cheese.
I like what they're talking about with the shot contest system and the new mechanics added to that as well when it comes to holding the right stick up for aggressive contest versus discipline with holding the right stick down. I love though. I like the momentum based ankle breakers, the more dynamic finishing, more customizable.
Do you guys react to 2K like the ball was coming at me and I was ready to catch that? Yo, 2K, man. I think that's just basketball, like instincts and shit. But like, I was ready to catch that ball and do something with it. I was, my body went like, that's crazy.
Dribbling, I'm a little iffy when it comes to the extended passing control. I would like a little bit more emphasis on the passing when it comes to them making adjustments, to be quite honest with y'all. The redesigned takeover song's interesting, and the smarter AI does sound appealing. On paper, everything sounds pretty decent except the passing, to be quite honest with y'all. But we've been doing this 2K thing long enough to know how something sounds on paper in the courtside report and how it actually plays out tend to be a little different. So I'm really interested, to be quite honest with y'all, but I need to get my hands on the game at the end of the day. But I want to know what y'all think. Which NBA 2K?
Yeah, man. This was a great video by Brute. Brute is in the guru. Yeah, I rock with this guy, man. This is a great video. Great video. I don't mean to jock your video at all, bro. Honestly, I wanted to highlight different things from 2K. I probably do review your video all the time, to be honest. But like, I rock with what you're saying. I agree with majority of exactly what he was saying. I don't think a lot of 2K reviewers have ball IQ, and that's actually why I wanted to start recording myself, is to give a different perspective to the 2K community, something that is actual tangible reasons for 2K to change things, for players to play a certain way, and for IQ to grow. You know, because for me as a basketball player who is just getting older and just wants to work and come home and hoop without sweating or breaking his ankle, you know what I mean? So that I could go to work the next day. You know what I mean? Like, I want 2K's community to be as quality as the competition that I'm used to playing or would like to play. You know, that allows better basketball, better experience. I want the competition. Bring the competition, but give me the tools to be able to play the game, you know? Not just dunk it and do all those cheesy shit. It doesn't make the game fun. It makes it exciting if this is the outcome of it. So yeah, again, Brute, amazing video. This is Smokengamez. Add me on 2K. You guys hear the IQ that's going on? I want that challenge. You guys challenge me. Challenge me. Please add me on 2K, Smoke and Games with a Z, and let's hoop. You bring your crew, I'll bring my crew. Let's see what happens. All right, we'll check y'all next time. This video is sponsored by HazardHeroes.ca. Hazard Heroes, we protect through precision. Make sure you visit them to take care of any of your mold or hazard issues. HazardHeroes.ca.